Hey everybody, Sean here with Some Dudes Music Cave. And this episode is going to be a response to a challenge from George over at George G's Room of Rock. All right, challenge is pick 10 albums that that's right, scream metal. So here we go, let's get started. All right, I've got 3 tapes and then the rest are records, so we'll start with the tapes. All right, so kind of how I'm doing this, I'm old as well, old school, man. So back in the days, we just went and looked at, the artwork, right? Looked at that, and if it looked metal or it had that look to it, certain look, you knew, hey, it's gonna be pretty good. Like George said, we didn't have the luxury of streaming services and going and listening to stuff before we buy it. But MTV, a little bit later, helped with Headbangers Ball. You can at least watch video on there and get a feel for the band. So anyway, first one here, and you got to have this. You look at it and it screams metal, right? Metallica's Kill 'Em All, man. Look at that cover. I mean, you're not getting Barry Manilow if you look at this, right? And then, of course, the song, Metal Militia. Man, if it's got metal in the title, you know it's metal, right? Great album. All right, next one is, some of you may not have heard of these guys. But TT Quick, Medal of Honor. Once again, it's got metal in the name of the song. Gotta be metal, right? This has got Mark, I think it's Trujillo. I think that's how you say his name. He's a singer for Accept now. He's been in there since 2009. Dude screams, man. He's killer. And this is just good metal, man. They're East Coast, Jersey, New York, somewhere in that area. But if you haven't heard it, man, check it out. It's on the streaming services. You can listen to it, but cool metal, and it screams it. TT Quick, Medal of Honor. All right, next one. Another classic. I remember actually seeing this one, man, in Hastings and Sound Warehouse as a kid and looking at it and going, man, this is, first it kind of freaked me out, but killer, man. Holy Diver, Dio. Didn't know what to think about that, man. The demon, chaining up the preacher, so that was always kind of scary. But, man, just killer album, metal, from first song all the way to the end. Stand Up and Shout, Holy Diver, Don't Talk to Strangers, and, of course, Rainbow in the Dark. Killer album, Dio, Holy Diver. All right, now we're going to get into some records. All right. Another just obvious when you look at it, and it's just killer, man. One of my favorite albums from the band, even though it's a different singer. Anthrax, Fistful of Metal. Once again, metal in the name of the song, name of the album. It's got to be metal. Pretty obvious, but look at that, man. That is just killer. And, man, Neil can scream. Man, he can hit some high point or some high notes on this, man. I like it, man. Killer album. Just good, straight kind of speed, metal. Anthrax, I think they were probably at their best. I mean, they put out some really good stuff with Joey, but this was pretty good stuff here. Anthrax, Fistful of Metal. Man, you'd see the dental bill on that. All right. This one I remember seeing. I remember seeing it at the record stores, but I also remember seeing the video for one of the songs on Headbangers Ball. And, man, I thought it was cool. And, flying bat skull and all. That's right. Overkill, Under the Influence. I mean, these definitely, these ones I picked are pretty obvious that it's metal. And, of course, you look on the back picture of the guys. But killer album, man. Hello from the Gutter. Gotta love that one. And then, of course, Shred. That's an awesome one, too. But love this album. Love the artwork, man. Definitely obvious that it's a metal band. All right, go on to the next one. Man, I'm from Texas, right? So this one, I gotta have these guys on there. And I remember seeing the band before I actually saw the album, right? You probably know who I'm already talking about, but I remember going to music stores and seeing like 8 by 10, promo shots of them on the wall before they actually got signed by a major label. But anyway, man, Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. I mean, by the look of the guys, you know it's going to be metal, especially on the back. But man, Phil, and say what you will about the guy, man, but he's got some pipes, man. And on this album, definitely different from Vulgar, right? That was another one I thought about putting on there. Dude getting punched in the face, and that's pretty metal. But I mean, just Primal Concrete, Sludge, Psycho Holiday, Heresy, man, he screams on that. Shattered, same thing. Message in Blood. I mean, he's and just dying, man, on this album. Just good freaking metal riffs and solos. Killer, man. It's definitely all metal on this one here, man. Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. All right, next one here. I actually showed this on my last video for a collection update. But, it's like we said, even though we still got the streaming services, right, I still look at pictures of albums, man. When I'm going and looking like this one here I got on eBay, right, caught my attention was the artwork. I was like, man, this is definitely a metal band. But Thrust, Fist Held High. And the vocals, scream metal too, man. The guy's got the high vocals. And look at the back, definitely tell. Hey, we got a visitor. Hey, boo. Hey. But if you haven't heard this band, check them out, man. If you like the old school metal from the 80s, you'll like it, man. It's Thrust, Fist Held High. But look at that artwork, man. That's definitely metal. All right, getting down to the end. All right, this is a band that, man, a lot of y'all may not have heard of, but I remember seeing them on a movie. It was with Fred Savage and Judge, whatever his name is, dude from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. They're like father and son. They switched bodies or something like that. But anyway, man, this is a killer album, man. Metal, I mean, it just screams it. And even the artwork, you can tell. But that's Malice, License to Kill. Man, look at the logo. See the blood, the axe, and even the title, man, License to Kill. Just killer. Don't let their looks fool you, man. They might be a little cleaned up right there, but this is a metal album. It is awesome, man. Just James Neal, man, another dude. He's got some pipes, man. He can scream. But killer album, man. Malice, License to Kill. All right, I gotta throw a death metal album in here, right? So it's metal, but I mean, I remember seeing this album. I think it was probably at the Sound Warehouse, and wasn't into the death metal at the time, but I remember just going, "Whoa! I mean, what is this?" I mean, it's once again, it's not Barry Manilow, but anyway, Slowly Rewrite, Obituary. I mean, the logo, man, steel, sharp looking, looks like blades with blood, man. You're getting metal. Plus the eerie silhouette photo in the back, man. Once again, you're not getting glam rock or Barry Manilow with this one, man. Screams metal. Obituary, Slowly Rewrite. All right, last one. I remember seeing this, man, I was 6, 7 years old, going into my uncle's room. He had the poster, and I asked about it, and then so he put the record on, and I just remember I mean, that got me hooked, right? Got me hooked on the heavier stuff. But I mean, this screams metal, right? It's in the name of the album. But anyway, Screaming for Vengeance, Judas Priest. I mean, that bird, that eagle, that is just, man. Once again, you're getting a metal album, and just killer album, man. Hellion, Electric Eye, even the title track, Screaming for Vengeance, man. That scream he does in the background during the chorus, it's killer. But definitely a screaming album, right? Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. All right, that's it. Yeah, quick, to the point here. But anyway, man, thanks George for putting that out, man. It's a killer challenge, man. It was fun, man. Liked it. Man, so many. It took me a little bit to kind of pick. You go through them, but those kind of stood out. and definitely scream metal. But if y'all haven't seen George's site, man, I'll put the link below. I'm going to tag him on this. Be sure to go check him out. He's got some cool stuff over there. But anyway, man, hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, y'all take care.